to Studio D on the campus of the University of Oklahoma. This is Sooner Sports Pad. And now, your host, Tevis Hillis.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. I'm your host, Tevis Hillis, alongside Sam Brown and Meridith Mulkey. Now, guys, I'm wearing some really big rings because we got some really big teams to talk about. Now, but before we talk about all things sports, who's in our audience tonight?
Well, tonight we have some of our very favorite type of people in the audience, some loud and rowdy Sooner fans with us tonight.
They're always loud and rowdy. We're always happy to have them on, and they should be very excited to be on because we've got two jumpers from the track and field team. Please help me welcome Essence Thomas and Golden Eke to the house.
And later on in tonight's show, Sooner Sports Pad reporter Cooper Lee talks senior year with superstar gymnast Maggie Nichols.
Plus, in our first ever face-off against each other, Meredith and I will tell you how many wins the basketball team needs for a March Madness spot.
Now, those baseball boys played 54 innings in 5 days, but they took home that series against Illinois State. The Sooners won 3 out of 4 games against the Cardinals. In total, they won 5 out of 6 contests in the span of 5 days at L. Mitchell Park. In the first game, it was a pitcher's duel between the two until the 6th inning when junior Tanner Treadway led off with triple and scored freshman Peyton Graham's fielder's choice. Game 2, the Sooner pitchers gave up a run early in the contest, but OU won the game 4-1 and recorded 4 stolen bases. In Game 3, junior pitcher Levi Prater struck out 7 and scattered 6 home hits over 6 1/3 innings in the bottom of the 8th and scored was tied, but freshman Peyton Graham brought in a run with a sacrifice fly when it was needed most for that 3-2 win. Now, Game 4 was a little tough for the Sooners as they fought back from a 5-0 deficit, but couldn't hold on and they lost 7-5. But we're going to come back and play better than ever, and we're ready for that. So who is the key athlete in this team right now?
Well, I'm going to go with junior Tanner Treadway. This is just his second season with the Sooners, but he's already proven why he's a key guy for this team. The center fielder has played a large role in the Sooners' impressive 7-2 start on the season. While the boys are only 9 games in, Treadway is off to a fantastic start with a batting average of .405, 2 home runs, and 16 RBIs. And with stats like those, there's no doubt Treadway is only going to improve from here and be able to help lead his team to success, which is much expected of this group of guys. So they're very fun to watch, and Sooner fans should be excited for this season of baseball.
Yeah, a lot of bats, like you said, that could provide that explosive offense. I'm going to go with another bat because there were some losses in the offseason for various reasons, but I'm looking at Tyler Hardman, the first baseman, to literally step up to the plate and carry the offense this year. There's a reason expectations are high for the junior out of California. The first baseman was just one of 2 players to start every game last season for Oklahoma and led the team in batting average, home runs, and RBIs. And he's already off to a hot start this year, batting .333 with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs in the team's first 9 games. Not quite Treadway's mark. The Sooners are loaded with pitchers, but an area where they might struggle this year is putting some runs on the actual board. And they've got a lot of potential this year and a lot of excitement around them. But Tyler Hardman has been a mainstay here for several years now, and if they want to produce and be competitive in this Big 12, he's going to have to step up big.
That's right. Yep. It's going to be a fun season of Sooner baseball.
Yeah, a lot of intriguing pieces, a lot of pitchers. Yeah, it should be fun.
Now, guys, speaking of another key player for this baseball team, Sooner Sports Pad reporter Chloe Sparks caught up with another one. Check this out.
Hello, welcome to Chloe's Countdown. I'm here with OU pitcher Cade Cavalli. The wins keep stacking up for the Sooners, and Cade just got himself one. Coach Skip is always talking about this thing called the process. You want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, the process is just, like I said, it's really just taking it one pitch at a time, slowing the game down. That's why we take our practice, and it's a very fast-paced practice, and it just, like, in the end, it slows the game down, and the results really don't matter to us. We're just trying to stay in the process and just keep practicing, and we're just going to keep working. So.
And I saw that you decided to solely focus on pitching this year. How do you miss hitting?
I miss it a lot. It was always fun. I'm a baseball player, so I like playing every day. So it's been a big change, but it's gonna be good in the long run, just like health-wise for my body, I think, and mentally. But like Skip said, I might get a couple DH spots or like pinch hits late. So I'm looking forward to that maybe. But I for sure miss it. It's going to be good though.
Well, that's the countdown. Back to you in the studio.
Now, guys, let's talk about other spring sports here at OU. Which meet, match, tournament stood out to you all?
Well, these ladies are still undefeated and #1 in the nation. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's none other than women's gym. These girls are insanely good. Over the weekend, they competed in the Perfect 10 Challenge in OKC, where they defeated Stanford 197.65 to 196, which is their 5th best score of the season. And it wouldn't be the Perfect 10 Challenge without a Sooner earning a perfect score. This year, that was sophomore Olivia Troutman. Troutman got the 10 on vault, which is the first of her career on the event. And not surprisingly, an OU gymnast took home a share of every event title. But freshman Reagan Smith was the leader of the night with high scores on bars, beam, floor, and she shared the all-around crown with junior Anastasia Webb. We'll see if the Sooners can add a 15th to the win column as they take on #5 Denver this Saturday right here in Norman.
Same story, different week. They just always win. I don't know if they're ever going to lose this season. Probably not. I'll stay in the mat. The men's gym team actually had the weekend off, but for some gymnasts, the grind never stopped. Current and former gymnasts were in Las Vegas for the Winter Cup and represented their school very well. Sooner alums Yul Moldauer, Alan Bauer, and Colin Van Wicklen all locked up their spot on the U.S. senior men's national team. But the young guns showed out too, especially that guy right there, Gage Dyer. Dyer finished the weekend with the best 2-day total of any gymnast on the floor exercise and also finished in the top 8 on vault, parallel bars, and high bar. And if you want to see the future of Oklahoma gymnastics, look no further than 2021 commit Zachary Nunez, who picked up junior titles on pommel horse and parallel bars. As a team, like I said, got the weekend off, and they've actually got the next 2 weekends off, which they really need after a tough early season stretch. But you can catch them back in McCaslin Fieldhouse, March 14th against Air Force.
Okay, well, guys, we're going to close it out talking about gymnastics, but we're going to open it up again talking more about gymnastics. We're catching up with one of our favorite gymnasts. Don't go anywhere. Senior gymnast Maggie Nichols is coming off a prolific career here at the University of Oklahoma. But before she graduates and the rest of the team want to win another national championship for their beloved coach, KJ Kindler. Sooner Sports Pad reporter Cooper Lee caught up with her to see how she plans to do that.
There's so many things that come in to OU gymnastics, and I think for sure the tradition. There's so many things that the coaching staff implements that makes OU women's gymnastics the best there is.
The best there is. That is certainly a claim that OU gymnasts, both men and women, can make. And the best female to perform at the Lloyd Noble Center is unquestionably Maggie Nichols.
She's amazing inside the gym. She's just has an incredible talent that's unlike anyone I've ever seen.
Maggie's just such a strong competitor. She walks out there with a lot of confidence, and I think throughout these 4 years, her confidence has only grown.
Maggie is a confident gymnast for good reason. In her 3 years in Norman, she has become the first OU gymnast to complete the Gym Slam by scoring a perfect 10 on each apparatus. And she is the only collegiate gymnast ever to do it twice. And she was able to spur on older teammates right after arriving on campus.
Ever since my freshman year, that's always been a goal of mine, is to be a leader, a role model to anyone, even if someone is older than me or younger than me. So that's definitely always been a goal of mine. But since I'm a senior now, I really take that role very seriously and strive to be a role model or a leader for anyone around me.
That leadership was put to the test here at the Lloyd Noble Center during Maggie's junior year.
The passing of Dave Richardson was something that we all had to go through last year, which just grew our whole team into a family, and kind of changed our whole aspect for the season, and it was do it for Dave. And so when we won, we kind of all looked up and we said we did it for Dave. So it was just, I think that's definitely my favorite moment for sure.
And when we asked Maggie about her future plans, she told us she has a lot in store.
So next year I'm taking another year and being like the student coach here with KJ, just get experience with that. But I also want to be like a sports broadcaster for like professional sports. So I want to get like an internship maybe like this summer, start grad school when I graduate. Also, I want to write a book too, so that's another goal of mine.
Maggie's family, fans, and friends know one thing she'll surely do in her next life: succeed. Cooper Lee, Sooner Sports Pad.
Tonight we have 2 members from the track and field team. One is known as the personality of the team, and one is setting new records here at OU. So please welcome to Sooner Sports Pad, Essence Thomas and Golden Eke.
I'm really excited to see what I have in store. I'm just ready to keep going and keep pushing. I know I have more to do, more to work on, so we're just going to go from there.
I'm just excited for how the season's going. We actually had a really early track meet in December, so for me to start off at where I wanted to be, that's just perfect for me, and I'm looking forward to carrying that into outdoor.
You guys are both jumpers. So for the people at home who may not know as much about track, what goes into the long jump and triple jump in terms of training? What do you guys work on to really get yourself prepared for meet day?
One thing we do a lot of sprinting. Most people don't think that we do a lot of running. I mean, but we have to run to jump far. So with the triple, it's pretty complicated. You just do, not just do, but it's like a hop, step, and a jump. So it's pretty complex, but I love it.
Okay, there you go.
On the long jump side, I'm more of a long jumper. So basically, you just run as fast as you can at the board, and you jump as far as you can. But but really, for training for long jump, most of it is, a lot of people don't think about it, but core is a big importance. We work on our core a lot. It helps you with your technique in the air, and help you like just leap as far as you can. So.
There you go. See, everyone's learned something new.
Yeah, I didn't know that. All right, since it's your junior year, have you found yourself kind of taking more of a leadership role this season?
I've actually have, even though I don't want to accept it.
Don't want to get older?
Yeah. I know I have to be the example for the younger people. I know we have a new freshman who's jumping really good, actually, so I have to set the standard.
Yeah,
so I'm just trying to do that.
Golden, meanwhile, you're actually a sophomore. Yes. So what did you learn from your freshman year that you've been able to kind of apply this season?
Just staying positive most of the time, and knowing that track is a mental sport, so you gotta always have like the right things in mind. Also, a big thing I learned is just always ask for help. Like sometimes we find ourselves trying to like do things by ourselves, but asking the older people, such as Essence, or even some of the guys on our team for help helps me a lot. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, what can Sooner fans expect from you guys the rest of the season? What do you have coming up?
Big things. Big things.
Okay. I feel like this year we have a really close team. Everything is going smoothly. We have more meets. We have Big 12s this week. So we're just looking forward to just improving and hopefully coming home with that title on boys and girls side.
Yep. Essence, I'm also a senior. I don't want to accept it either. So I know exactly how you're feeling. Yeah. Now I'm here with Raul, and he's going to ask you guys a question.
All right. The question that I wanted to ask to our two athletes is, what is your guys' go-to music before a meet or competition?
Me personally, I listen to Beyonce and gospel. That's what keeps me going.
You got some gospel on your playlist, Golden?
No. I do some prayers though. I don't know if that's
there you go.
But I've been listening to the Baby. I love dancing. I love dancing. So I listen to all that. So that usually gets me hyped before meets. So
there you go.
Golden, can you renegade?
I can't, but I want to learn.
Okay. I got it. Well, there it goes. Now, these two analysts, they're going to face off coming up, but they're going to put in their hype music before this next commercial break. Stick around. Face off is coming up.
Thanks to our cornerstone television partners, OU Medicine, Anheuser-Busch, OU Extended Campus, and our community partners, Landers Auto Group, Devon Energy, Coca-Cola, and OU Medicine.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. Now this is a segment where we're going to play a game. These two analysts are going to answer 3 questions that I ask, and then this rowdy crowd is going to see who the winner is. Okay, here we go. So now your first question. How many more games do the men's basketball team have to win to seal that deal in the NCAA tournament?
Well,
first.
Thank you. Their loss to Oklahoma State definitely hurt this team, but I think if they can get at least 3 more wins to finish out the season, they'll be okay. The Sooners have 4 regular season games left, and I'm going to say they need to win 2 of those plus a Big 12 tournament game to secure their spot in the bracket. I think OU needs to beat Texas Tech and number 17 West Virginia in these next 2 games. They host the Red Raiders tomorrow, and the Sooners are 11-2 at home, so this is an attainable win, especially since Tech is 3-5 on the road. Then there's West Virginia in Morgantown, so this won't be an easy battle for the Sooners, but getting a victory on the road and over a ranked team will definitely be a resume booster, and winning a conference tournament game is crucial. you know, ultimately, I think the Sooners are going to get it done, and we'll see them come March, but 3 games at least, they've got to get it.
3 games. That's very optimistic. I'm not a very optimistic person, and I think Oklahoma's getting a little close to the bubble right now. I'm going to one-up you and think that I think they need 4 wins to really feel secure about their chances in March Madness.
Okay.
We talked about those 4 conference wins, and you said it yourself, each of those games is an attainable win, and therefore I think Oklahoma needs to win at least 3 of those 4 matchups, especially one of the 2 road games, either in Morgantown or at TCU. And then you look at the Big 12 tournament. Right now, Oklahoma has the edge with a tiebreaker over Texas and TCU for 5th. And let's assume they stay in that 5 spot. They'll likely play one of those 2 teams in the first round of the tournament, and they can't afford to slip up. They'll get a chance to play both of those teams down the stretch here, but like I said, they need those wins big. And if you had asked me this question a month ago, my answer would have been very different, but times are changing, and now they've got to take care of business, and they know that.
Yep, it's crunch time for sure.
We just need some Brady Manic action, magic. It's all going to happen, and we're going to be there. I can feel it. Okay, now Raul is going to ask the next question.
All right, the question I wanted to ask, which Sooner alum are you most excited in watching this upcoming MLB season?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I love seeing former Sooners succeed at the pro level, and one guy who's doing that is Oakland A's infielder Sheldon Noisy. Noisy decided to take his career college level at OU, despite being drafted by the Rangers in 2013. His most successful year as a Sooner came in 2016, where he racked up 10 home runs, 48 RBIs, and topped it all off by receiving the Brooks Wallace Award, which is given to the best shortstop in college baseball. Noisy's draft odds improved, and he was taken by the Washington Nationals in the 2nd round of the 2016 draft. He was later traded to the Oakland A's, where his road to the majors wasn't easy for him, but Noisy finally made his MLB debut in August of 2019, where he recorded his first hit against the Yankees, and it's going to be fun to watch him at spring training, and hopefully he can secure that spot on the A's roster.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of Sooners, I think, that are on the come-up right now, going through the minor league system, and Sooner fans might actually recognize my player as Kyler Murray's co-star in the outfield from a couple years ago. He might hear his name called in a big league game this year, Steele Walker. First of all, great name. Always been a great name, but he was a stud whenever he was healthy here in Norman. In his final season, Walker carried the Sooners on offense with a .352 batting average, 13 home runs, and 53 RBIs. Walker was a 2nd-round pick, just like Sheldon Noisy, by the White Sox in 2018, and played in their minor league system for 2 years, most notably hitting .365 and picking up 11 RBIs in 20 games down the stretch last season with the Kannapolis Cannonballers. There's another name for you if you wanted it. There you go. But after a trade this offseason, he's with the Texas Rangers. He's looking to make a big splash in his 3rd season. Walker was always very consistent at the plate and in the outfield in his time in Norman. And if there's one thing I know as a Texas Rangers fan, we need outfielders who can hit. So let's hope Steele Walker gets that call up soon because he deserves it.
He definitely has one of the best baseball names, I think, so hopefully we see him there.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy that last year we could have been talking about Kyler Murray. You know, he made that switch, but it doesn't matter. Now let's throw it over to viral videos. We're in a tie, so really break this here.
All right, well, for mine, I'm going with somebody who reminds me of our very own host, Miss Tevis Hillis, in the future. I think this will be something that she would do. So check this out. This is 84-year-old Mary Ann Wakefield at an Ole Miss basketball game. She got chosen to play the game. And look at her just sink this 94-foot putt all the way down the court, right through the hole. And what does she get for this? A brand new car. What's better than that? Nothing. Now, you know, I don't know. That's so impressive to me. I don't know if she's just luck or she's always at the course hitting those balls, preparing for that, but she definitely got it done and got a new car.
I mean, yeah, hopefully she's enjoying retirement. Doesn't have to drive it around too much, but either way, good for her. Hey, extreme sports are some of the coolest sports on the planet. You've got snowboarding, skiing, paragliding. But how about extreme musical chairs? This is at a high school in Texas, and these guys are absolutely going at it. I mean, I got in trouble for this in middle school once, for pulling someone's chair out from under them. I don't know what kind of trouble they might have gotten into, but I can only assume it was worth it. They're just still going at it, and finally we have a winner. I mean, if it were that competitive back when I was a kid, I think I probably would have gotten away with a few things.
Meredith, you were right. I was competitive, just like Sam just said. You know, I dance for my AirPods. I do love some free stuff, so we'll try that in 80 years. Okay, now let's see who's won. Who think Meredith won? Now, who thinks Sam won? Oh, no. I think Meredith won.
2-0.
Well, Meredith won this time. Come back next next week because we're going to see.
cheering you on back.
Yeah, we're going to see who wins next week, though. Now, don't go anywhere. We're still going to talk about Sooner sports coming ahead. Welcome back. Now let's look ahead at the University of Oklahoma sports. Women's basketball comes back to the LNC after a hard loss to Baylor. The women will play Kansas this Wednesday. Softball has their home opener Friday as they play for the Courtyard Marriott tournament. And the men's tennis team won their last match and plan to do the same against Florida State in Orlando Saturday. Now Saturday is a busy day as the #1 ranked men's golf team will be going up for the Southern Highlands Collegiate Tournament in Las Vegas. Now guys, we're going to start our challenge. Now these two are going to try to whisper to these two a secret word that we have displayed on the screen right there. Okay, so here we go. We have the screen ready. We're prepared. The music's being played. We're playing some Beyonce. Sam, what are you playing?
Got Kanye on that.
Kanye. Okay, here you go. You're going first.
Okay.
What? Pole vault.
Yes! Well, we have 1 point. Meredith, hit it. Let's see what you got.
All right.
Jump over the hurdle.
Jump over the roof.
Hurdle.
Jump over the bar. Jump over the
Hurdle. Hurdle.
root. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting an R here. What was it? What was it?
Jump over the hurdle. Okay, now you're going to do one more, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Ooh. Discus.
Oh, I know this one.
It's on my turn.
Go again.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Discus.
Essence. You know what? It's discus, but don't worry, guys. Come back next week here to Sooner Sports Pad, and we're going to have some more fun with these guys. See you then. Good night.